So let me share my screen. So before going further, you need to know about
काय चालू आहे सगळं?
मी काही नाही केलं बाळा.
बटरावरचं कोणी बट केलं?
मी तिकडे गेले बी नाही.
चालू
Dheeraj,
करून.
please
करत
mute
नाही.
yourself.
Dheeraj
Okay,
sir, mic चालू
yeah,
होता.
unmuted. Okay, so you need to know about what does core table, system table mean firstly. Okay, core table or system table is nothing but out of the box table. So with instance, we'll get some table, right? Like incident table, change table, problem table, like, and there are many tables which comes out of the box, right? So those are considered as out of the box table or system table or core table. Okay. Okay. And whatever the tables that you create, they are called as custom table. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
correct.
Now, for example, consider task table and incident table. I said right, incident table extends task table, right? So in this case, task table is parent of incident table, right? And incident table is child table of task table.
Task table. Yeah.
Yeah, you got this relationship, right? Parent table and child table. And there is another thing known as base table. Okay, base table is nothing but a table which have child tables but doesn't have parent table. Okay, for example, here incident table is extending task table. Okay, so task table is a parent table and a base table also because task table does not extend any other table. Okay, if any consider a table known as test table. Consider a table known as test table is extending incident table. Okay, and incident table is extending task table. Okay, so in this case, incident table can be considered as parent table because it is parent of test table, and it can also be considered as child table as per if we consider task table and incident table. Okay, but incident table is not considered as base table. Why? Because incident table is the child table of task table. Right. So a base table is a table which have only child tables but not parent table. Okay. So let me just show. So let me open the tables and let me see if the task table is extended from any other table or not. Task table does not have any parent table, but task table will have child tables. So task table can be considered as base table. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes, correct. Okay.
So this question might be asked for an interview also. Yeah. Tables module. So let me search for task table. Yeah. The task table that I am referring to is this table, task table. See, it does not have any parent table. Okay. But the same task table is having child tables. So task table is an example of base table. Okay. It doesn't mean that task table is the only table which is the base table. Okay. There might be some other tables also, but task table is the example of a base table. Okay. And all the tables which comes out of the box with the instance are known as system tables or out of the box tables or core tables. Okay. And the tables which we actually create are known as custom tables. Okay. Okay.
Yes, correct.
And while creating the fields, uh, application employee support. Let me open this form. So as I said, if you remember, okay, this does not have any sections. Consider, let me open incident form. Yeah. So as I said, if you remember, these are known as sections. Okay. Does anyone remember that? I said in some class previously. These are known as sections, and these are known as related lists, and these are known as related links. You should remember this naming conventions, definitely. So once you start spelling them, yeah, anyways, you'll get it. So in this sections also we can have these fields. So this is known as main form, okay? Main form section, something like that. And this section is known as node section. This is known as related record section. And this is other information section. And this is resolution information section. So how to add fields in these sections? Okay. So let's see. Right click, configure form design. So just let me add some random field into this related record section. Okay. Let me add some random field just onto the form. Okay. See, see here you have sections. So this is the first main form. Okay. Main, the top form, and see node section, related record section, other information section. See other information section, and resolution information section. Got it? So if you want to add any fields in the related record section, just drag it from, like, if you want to add an existing field, okay, just drag it, create it, and where you want to add it, in which section, which is the place that you want to add it. So place there, yeah, I placed just before caused by change and click on save. And let me refresh this. So it should be added just below this caused by change. See, got it? So the same way, if you want to add any fields or section, you'll add in this way. Okay. And the how to create a section. Okay. Now let's see how to create a section. Actually, you might get a you might get a question like, okay, this section is having some name, but there is no name for this. Did anyone is having any question like this? See, if you just see not that, let's see this resolution information section. Okay, this having this section, and there's another section also just below that, but it doesn't have any name. Just remember resolution nodes field. Okay, just remember this particular name and resolution information section. Let me go to that. Go this. See. So is there any difference that you're finding out here between this resolution nodes field and the other fields? Any difference in the arrangement? Anyone? Any guess?
So the spacing, I guess, the space is here the characters will be more, I guess. In this
Not about the field types, about the arrangement.
okay.
See, if you see, these four fields are displayed in like two columns. See, the same way like we have these two columns, right? And the short description is a single column. Like it's like this, extended from left to right. But this extended from left to only middle and from middle to right, like this, right? And here also, until this, we're having two columns, and just below that, we're having single column,
Single column,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like because of this. So in this section, like they named this section and they added four fields, and they want to add another field in this section, but as a single column. So in that case, they just click on plus, and if they don't give any name, see, if there is any section which does not have any name, it will be in that before section. Okay. So here there is no section name. So this particular field will be included in this particular section. This section is not having any name. So this field, so what are the fields that this section is having, which will be included in the before section, which is having the name. Got it? Got it?
Got it,
Yes,
Kalyan.
sir.
Yeah,
So
the same thing is happening, right?
any field which we want to create as a single column, then we should not add any
Yes.
name over there.
Yeah, in a section. So for example,
Okay.
let me create a new section just after the nodes. Like just between this, let me create a section between this nodes and related records. Okay, let me create a section. Yeah. Okay, so see, here you have nodes section, and this is the section which does not having any name. So these fields also belong to this section, right? And this is the new section. So as I said, I want to add a new section between nodes and related records. So let me click on plus here. Okay. And if I don't give name here, which whatever the fields that I place here, which will be included in the nodes section, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
let me create, let me give a name. So when I give a name, it will be considered as a section. Okay. So the section name that I'm going to give is other. Okay. Just ignore that name. Okay. And let me place some out of the box fields. No, let me give the like updated information, updated information or created or updated information. So let me add some fields from the table like updated. See, if you see here, we have two columns, right? If you want to arrange the fields, display the fields in single column, you should select this one. Okay, so it will be displayed as a single column. Okay, now, so for now, I want to display as two columns, updated, updates. Okay, so yeah, it's fine now. And let me just save it. Okay, and let me refresh this. So a section should be added between nodes and related records. See, we got added, right? It got added, right? So if you click on it, see, we got it as a two columns because I selected the section X two columns. So consider I want to add other fields as single column down there. So I'll click on plus here. Actually, you can just drag it. Okay, we can just drag it anywhere. Okay, and if I don't remove this section name, it will be created as new section. Do you want to see? Okay, if you don't want to see, see.
Yes.
See, a new section got created. But what I thought of adding a fields in this section itself a single column. But I just left the name like that, so it created a new section. So let me remove this section name and let me select this column as one and let me add this updated by field. Okay, so it will just scroll down. Okay, it's not a bug actually. Yeah, it's fine. You should click on save. Okay, then only can the changes will be reflected. So let me refresh. So this updated by field should be displayed as a single column in the same section. See, got it?
Yeah,
Got it?
Kalki, I have
Yes, sir.
one
Yes.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, Kalki, actually, whatever we want to add or remove in the information, we have to click on that form design and we can edit, right?
It depends actually. You can use this form layout or form design or form builder. Okay. So whatever the way is feasible for you, you will select that way. Okay. But for me, I feel form design is feasible for me. Okay. So I use this form
Okay,
design. You can use
okay.
form builder
So
also. You can
within
use
that
form
tree, I
layout.
can,
Choose anyone
okay,
as you
within that
wish.
tree, I can create one. Huh? Yeah,
You
okay.
can choose
Okay, then thank you.
any one way to do all this. Okay. To
Yeah,
arrange the fields
okay,
on the
okay.
form to create or update anything. So if you see this form layout, it will not be such feasible to create sections and all those. You can if you want. Okay, so yeah, see here. Here you have sections, right? So here it displays all the sections. See, create or update information, notes section, other information section, all that. If you want to create a new section here, click on new here. Okay, and it will ask for the section name and all those things. Okay. So I feel it's not feasible for me. I feel like this form design is much user friendly. Okay, so the way which is user friendly for you, you can use that. Okay, and got it. And here, if you see in this form layout, so if you see in this form layout, so if you just see the split, actually you have these two columns, one column, right? So in this form layout, there will be something known as split here. See, so this begin split and this split and split actually defines the arrangement of fields on the form. See, so the left field which will be like yeah, okay, let me just duplicate it and let me just show you. See, the split is actually starting from number field, right? Yeah, so number field all this, and if you just see here, the split will be added here. You see, after transfer reason, I think there will be no anyway, because of some policy, it's not displaying. Okay. But after split, whatever the fields are there, it is displaying in the right column. See, after the split, we are having channel field. See, it's displaying in the right column. Okay. And the split is ending before, like after ascend field, right? So yeah, see, it got ended, and after the fields, like the fields which are after unsplit are displayed as single column. See, got it? So in form layout, we can just see it through this begin split and split and unsplit. Okay. In this form design, it is through columns and all those. Okay. And form builder, there will be some other way. Okay. So you feel this is much more easier or form design is much more easier, like feasible. Everything, anything is easy, but which you feel is much more friendly for the user to configure? Form layout or form design?
Design it, I guess it shows exactly where
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
the form
that's
is,
what,
like
right?
how the form
Yeah,
is.
yeah. So as per that, you can think, you can do whichever the way you want. Okay. And the other things which we have on the form is views. Views. If you click on this form context menu, here you have option known as view. In this, we have different views. Currently, the form is in default view. Okay. For example, let me select this mobile view. Just see what happens. Okay. Just me pop it this way. So let me select mobile view, for example. Okay. So just say me what changed have you observed?
So everything is on a
Yes.
single column.
Yes. Formation will be changes.
And any field changes? Any fields are also getting changed.
Column wide changes. Two columns converted into one column.
Okay. And even fields also missing, right? Some fields like channel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
channel field, like
Yes.
many fields are actually missing. Okay. So here for forms, we have something known as views. So currently everything will be in the default view. Okay. So how to create a new view? So we just click on this and configure form design. You can just see. So previously we are doing all the changes, right? Just opening the form design, doing all the changes. But if you see something here, see default view. Okay. So each view is having some specific fields in some specific way. Okay. So if I just select uh what is it? Mobile view, right? We have opened. So let me open that let me select that mobile view. Click on mobile view. See? So in this mobile view, the fields are arranged in this way. So these are the fields which are there in the mobile view. Okay, so like this, we have many other views also. So in this way, if you want to create a new view, okay, click on new and give the view name. So default is the name of the view and the mobile is the name of the view. Like these are all the names of the views. So I want to create a new view known as app. Okay. And whatever the fields that you want to arrange in the app view, you can just select all those. You can add or remove or do anything, whatever you want, and just click on save. Okay. And just come here, refresh the form. Like in this way, you can create a new view also. You can create a new view and you can select that view. Select as view. See, app got reflected. Got it? Yeah. Mostly you won't create any views. Mostly won't create any views. So yeah. So let me move to the default view. Fine. So as I discussed all those things, so firstly, let me remove this field mandatory. It is causing issue every time. It's asking to populate the value. Okay. So just a question for you. I want to make this assignment group field mandatory on incident form. How will I do?
So by we can configure it and we can change the value from the dialog box will be there mandatory and
Like, yeah, configure dictionary.
Configuration dictionary. Yes.
Yeah, you do that through that, right? Otherwise,
Yes.
from the foundation also you can do, but we will mostly, if you want to make any field mandatory, like we'll mostly do this right click and configuration and come here. So you'll make this mandatory field true, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I want to make this field mandatory, but just see, uh, just a question for you. I clicked on configuration for assignment group field, right? Just see in which table does this field belongs to. See, just shows here which table
Task,
the particular fields belong to. What it says, the assignment group field belongs to task table. Yeah,
task
Task
table.
incident
table.
table
Yes.
is extending from task table, right?
Yes.
So assignment group field belongs to task table, which we got inherited on incident form, right? So if I want to make this, okay, uh, if you just see the assignment group field belongs to task table, right? I want to make this field manager on incident form, right? Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If I do this mandatory rule and click on update, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, whether it will be mandatory or not. Yeah, see, it got mandatory. Perfect, right? You think everything is
Yes,
correct,
Karthik.
right? Until now, you're thinking, yeah, we got it, it's fine. But let me just show you. So we have this same assignment group field on problem form, on change form, right? Because this change table is also extending the task table. So here also we'll have this assignment group field. Let's see whether it all here also it got mandatory. Okay, there is some UI pause which is running. Let's ignore that. Let me open the problem form. So I want to make this particular field mandatory only on incident form, and I've done that. Fine. Let me come to the see. Actually, this problem table is also actually in the task table. If you see here also the assignment group field is mandatory.
Yes.
Do you think it is correct? I want to make it mandatory only on incident form, but it's getting mandatory on problem form also. Right? Do you think it is correct?
I guess it is correct, Kalki, because assignment group is the one which will contain all these incident and both the problems, right?
No, it's not about that actually. I want to make this particular field mandatory on incident form only. I want to make it mandatory only on incident form, but it got mandatory on problem form also.
Okay.
Do you think it is correct?
It should not be.
It should not be done, right? I want to make it mandatory on incident, only on incident form, but
Correct.
it's making mandatory on problem form also. Because what's happening here is, so listen carefully. So if you want to do any configuration like mandatory, read only, visible, or reference qualifier changes and dependent, like or default value, these changes, if you want to make any of these changes on inherited field, you should not do directly. If you do like this, if you do any of these configurations directly through configure dictionary, it will be changed in the parent table and all other tables which are extending task table. Got it? So I made assignment group field mandatory directly through configure dictionary. So it will affect the assignment group field on task table and all other tables which are extending the task table. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, as it
So
inherits all this data, so
yeah,
it is
as it
easier.
inherits, we shouldn't do it directly. If you for inherited fields, we shouldn't do this any of these configurations directed through configure dictionary. So if you want to do any changes, like consider non-inherited fields. I think this color is non-inherited field. How to say whether the field is inherited field or not? Right click, show, see here. See, is this inherited field? No,
Mhm.
it is a field created on incident table only. Let me open
Yes,
this incident assignment group field and show. See, it got inherited. This
from the
particular
task.
field belongs to task table. It got inherited.
Yes.
And another way you can also see, right click, configure dictionary. Like here also, before when I shown you right for assignment group field, it is showing task table. But now this color field belongs to incident table. See, it's showing incident table. Okay.
Okay.
For non-inherited fields, you can do directly here. Nothing will happen. Okay, because
Mhm.
I want to do only task table. Anyway, this color field belongs to only task table only because and that's why I can do any of the changes directly here. Okay, but if you want to do any changes to inherited fields, in that case, there is a concept known as dictionary override. So if anyone asks what is dictionary override, if you want to do any configurations like mandatory, read-only, visible, or any reference qualifier changes or dependent value or default value changes to inherited fields without affecting the parent table or any child tables which are actually in the table, you will use this dictionary override concept. So actually what I actually say is never bayard anything. So as per the concept that you are actually learning, as per your experience, say them. No one expects the definitions. Okay. So if you say the definitions, they might like, yeah, it's correct. But if you just say in your words with explanation as per your experience, it will be much more better, right? If you just bayard something, you might forget in that case, right? But if you know the concept, you can just say them in your own words. Okay. So how to do that? So we will do that through dictionary override. So firstly, let me click on this configure dictionary and remove the mandatory directly which you have done before. Okay. Let me remove this and click on save. So now the assignment group field should not be mandatory in any of the form. We have reverted to previously or we used it to be before. Let me refresh this. Yeah, fine, perfect. Right. So yeah, so if you just see here, I want to make the assignment group field mandatory only on incident form. So I'll right click on that field and configure dictionary. See, I'll right click on that field, I'll click on configure dictionary and scroll down and scroll down. There is a related list known as dictionary override. See, okay, here, click on new. Okay, but I think currently there is no dictionary override for that particular assignment group field. That's why it's not displaying here as a table. See, yeah, there is. See, there's a dictionary override for this particular assignment group field already exists. So let me open this. We should actually can't create a dictionary override for the same field for the same table again. Okay, for example, what you should actually do is if the dictionary override record does not exist, then you should click on new. And I want to make this change only on incident table, right? So you select this incident table and here you select this. These are all the configurations which we can override actually, like mandatory, read only, display, calculation, default value, attributes, dependent, reference qualifier. Currently, for I want to override the mandatory. I click on this and I want to make that field mandatory. So I'll make it true. Okay. Consider the assignment group field is mandatory already. Consider the assignment group field is already mandatory and you want to make it non-mandatory on the incident form. In that case, you make it false only here, right? But it was already non-mandatory and you want to make it mandatory. So we'll make these two. Okay. I click on submit, but it should throw some error for me. See, it is saying that invalid insert because there's a dictionary override which is already existing for the same assignment group field on incident form. See here, see the incident table. Yeah, here we have open the incident table. Yeah, click on override mandatory. Yeah, make it mandatory true. Now let me open the incident form and the assignment group field should be mandatory as expected. See, it was mandatory. Got it? Yeah, you can feel that it's correct, but the field should not be mandatory on problem form because it also actions the task table. See, it's not mandatory. It did not become mandatory, right? So if you're trying to do any changes like read only, mandatory, visible, reference call for any of these changes to any inherited field, in that case, you should use this dictionary override concept. Okay, got it? So today you should do
Yes, sir.
this. So today, if we see this application employee support, because employee support is also extending the task table only. So I want this short, I want this short description and description mandatory. Okay, short description and description fields should be mandatory on employee support table. I think what is the table that you have created? Employee support table or application support table?
Employee support.
Employee support.
Employee support table. And we have a number field, right? Number field should be read only for employee support table. See, we have this number field, right? This should be read only because it's actually auto population. Okay, it will be auto populated. Whenever open a new form, it will be incremented. This will become 5. Okay, this is auto generated. This number field is actually auto generated. It will be incremented every time I open a form. Okay, got it, and it's unique also. Okay, so anyways, we won't edit it, right? We won't edit, we shouldn't edit. So I want this field to be read only. You know what does read only mean? Do you know what
Yes,
does the
it
field
can't
read
be
only mean?
edited.
Yeah,
It
like
can
for
only be.
example, see this is a read only. It can't be editable. See, it's not editable. So I want, yeah, even this field also read only. Like the same way, I want this number field should be read only on employee support table, not an incident form. Okay, and uh, assignment group should be mandatory on incident form, on incident table. Anything, even if incident form, incident table, anything is fine. Anything is same in incident table. And okay, I'll just another question is caller field, not caller field. Mm, let me just.
So why were you using the attributes? Like,
I'll save it later. Okay, actually the attributes define the behavior of the field. Okay.
okay,
Yeah, nothing but be it defines the behavior of a field. And let me do this. Yeah, I want this configuration item field on incident form to be renamed to CI. I'll just say how to do that. Okay, rename the configuration item field on INC. INC is incident. Okay, INC form to CI. Okay, okay. So let me let me say you actually how to do that. Actually, we can rename also. Okay, so if you want to rename this caller field, see, consider this caller field. This caller field came from, yeah, this is not extended. This is not a inherited field. Okay, so in that case, I can right click and configure dictionary,
sure you can.
and there will have a field known as label, right? Label and name. Even from table also you can do that. Okay, okay. Here I can do that. I can just change, for example, affected user and update. So it will be
So
changed. It's perfect.
caller label is mandatory, right, sir?
Huh?
Caller ID is mandatory, right, sir?
Wait, let me see. Okay.
Yes, sir. Caller label, sir. Column label and the column names are mandatory, right, sir? Tables and types.
Okay, you're asking about these tables and types.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they are. They are actually. See, they are mandatory.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyways, it will be changed. I haven't seen. Yeah, it got changed. Okay. Anyways, this is not inherited field. So if you want to change the label, you can change it directly. But what if we want to change the label for inherited fields? Okay, let me see in inherited field here. Mm, okay, I think this is inherited field, not sure. Let me see. This is not inherited field. I won't do that for a config item. Let me take some other group. Yeah, instead this assignment group field. The assignment group is inherited field, right? I want to change the label as assigned group. Okay, assigned group. So configure dictionary. Others can do it from configure label also, but no, it's different actually. Yeah. See, this inherited field, right? If we change here, what will happen? If we change the label here directly, what will happen?
So if it is a parent one, then the child will be changed.
See, if you see this assignment group field, it got inherited from task table, right? If I change
Yes,
the label here directly, it will affect the, like, it will be changed for the task table and all the child tables which are extending the task table, right?
correct.
So the
Yes,
same as like the manager read and like that. So in this case, here we have something known as a labels related list. Here, see, labels related list. I want to change the assignment group field to assigned group, right? So I'll click on new. So on which table, for which table we want to change? I want to change it for incident table, right?
yes,
So I will give incident here and the label that I want to give is assigned group. I won't change this element. Element is nothing but backend one. Okay. And let me click on submit. So for inherited fields also, if you want to change the label, you shouldn't change the label directly in config dictionary. You should go through this labels data list and should change. Okay. See, got changed. Perfect. So in the same way, for you, I want this configuration item field on incident form to be renamed to CI. Okay. And when coming to the next topic will be update sets. So a question for you actually, everyone. I think you may definitely have an idea. So not in service now, if even if you consider some any other domain, if you just see, no one will develop directly on production, right? No one will do the development or testing or anything on right on production. They will have multiple environments, right? It might be like dev, prod, or test like that, right? Even as I said, ServiceNow will also have multiple environments. It might be like prod and non-prod or prod, test, dev, like that. Okay. So in that case, a story got for you, like for some changes, for some scripting, for any of the requirement. Okay. Anyways, you won't do it on prod. The first thing that you would do is you will do it in dev, and once the testing is done, you will again move to the test environment, and you will do the testing in test environment, and again you will move to the prod, right? This is the process, right? They follow, right?
yes,
Yeah, because you won't do anything in the prod, right? So consider you have some 10 or 12 configurations, okay, and you have done it in dev, and yeah, you tested it successful. So will you do the same configurations again in test manually? And after testing it in test, again you do the configurations in prod again and test there. Not test like you leave like that.
No, sir, no.
No, right?
Once,
So
no, sir,
huh?
we can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do it like that, right? So for now, we're doing some simple tasks, which is like field manager, like any of those. If we consider any of those, we won't do it in dev and again test it. And again, we open this test environment, again, do the same process how we done in dev and again test it. And again, once the test is successful, again, don't open the prod. And again, we'll do the same thing which you have done in test and dev again in prod. We won't do it like that, right? In any domain, it might be some application developer or anything, app developer, any case, they won't do like that. They might do use some GitHub, something like that, right? So here we use something known as update sets. So what we actually do is we will capture these changes in an update set, and we move this update set between the instances. Okay. So whatever the changes that we want to do, we will capture them in an update set and we will export that update set to the other instance and we will commit that update set there. So all the changes which are captured in that update set will be committed there. And once after it moved to the prod, consider I will do the development in test. Sorry, I'll do the development in dev environment and I'll capture these updates in update set and I'll move that update set to test environment and commit it. So all the changes which the update set will be having will be applied there also in test. And once the testing is done, I'll move the update set to prod and commit it. So what are the changes that are captured in that update set will be applied there. Got it? This is how we actually do. Okay, so what is this
So
update
is it
set?
same like the pipeline we do? Like in pipeline we upload it and
Yeah,
it
might
will
be some, yeah, like that. But here we call it as something like update sets. Okay.
right.
So update sets is used to capture the updates and move it between the instances. Now let's see how to do that. Okay. For example, so here we have something known as local update sets. Search for it. Okay, so these are all the update sets which are actually in my instance. Okay, so these are the default one. By default, every application will have the update sets. Okay, so the default are the update sets which will be created automatically by the system. Okay, for example, so actually if you just see, we have made this fields mandatory dictionary override all those, right? I haven't captured in the update set. If you remember, I did not create any update set. So if you're doing any changes without creating or capturing any specific update set, so it will be captured in the default update set. Okay. Okay.
Yes, got it.
See here, see, you can see the changes here. SME group, SN user, incident. See, you can see the changes here. Okay, because I did not capture any specific update set. Okay, if you want to capture a specific update set, click on new. If you want to create an update set, click on new and name that update set. Consider I want to make the assignment group field mandatory. No, like let's take some simple one. I want to make this location field mandatory on incident form. So the update set name also should be somewhat relevant. Okay. In future, you will work on stories, right? So the update set name will be the story name. Story name. Okay. Story number, not a name, story number. Okay. So for now, I'll use the name as location field mandatory INC. Okay. And if you want to give the description, like what does it update set, what are the changes which got captured in update sets, you want to give some description, you can give the description. It would be so good if you give actually. Okay, and click on save. So a update set got created. Just remember, there are no customer updates. See, the customer updates is actually empty. Okay, just remember. So if you want to capture any update sets within this local update, like within this update sets, location field manager INC, go to the form, like go to the home page, or otherwise click on this, make this my current set. The other way is come here, click on this application picker. This is what called application or update set picker. Click on this. Here update set. Yeah, see location field manager INC. Click on that. So whatever the changes, see it's getting edited right with the red color. That means it's getting captured in some update set. Previously, it used to be some default, and there is a bit no color because it's default one. Okay, but if you select any update set, so it will turn in red color. So whatever the configurations that you do actually now, it will be captured in this particular location field mandatory INC update set. Okay, so let me make it mandatory now. Currently that update set is on. So what are the changes that we do now, configurations we do now, it will be captured in that particular update set. Okay, so I'll make it mandatory directly because anyways from incident form only and update. Okay, yeah, the field should be mandatory now. Let me go back to the incident form. Yeah, see, it was mandatory. Okay, now let me come here and let me refresh this page. See, we got it right. See, before it was empty. We made some configuration by making this update set on and it got captured. See, incident dot location, some change like dictionary. If you click on this, and it was some XML payload format which we can't actually understand. Anyone can't understand it. If you click on this show related record, so it will display the record for which the change configuration is actually happened. See, we made this change for this record, right? See, I made this mandatory here, right? So the show related record will display to which record the change or the configuration or update was actually done to. Okay? Show related record. Got it or not? Got it or not? Got
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is like a log. Like once it is like recording or something. Once it is created, that means it will
Yeah.
record all these things.
Yes, yes. It record all the things. And anyways, while seeing this, we can't understand what is the change which was actually happened. So because of that, there is show related record here, which actually shows to which record the change is actually done to. Okay. And now this change is actually done. And if we want to make this update set to move to another instance, okay, for that you should actually make the state as complete and click on save. So that means so if you make any update set state as complete, then that update set will not be available here. See, just let me refresh here. So only in progress update sets only will be visible here to be selected. See, it's not available here to select, right? Okay, so now how to move this update set. So anyone is having instance open currently? Anyone is having instance open currently?
Yes, Kalki, I have.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Yeah, sharing.
Yeah, otherwise, let me do one thing. Okay. Yeah, let's do this later tomorrow, okay? So, yeah, anyways, you got how to capture these things, right? So tomorrow, everyone, I want everyone, most of the people, okay, to make any change for any field. It might be some employee support table or incident form or problem for change from any table. I want some change. I want to something to be captured in the update set. I want at least 2 or 3 people.
Got it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll so that we can do like we can move the updates between yourself. Okay. Let's do that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And let me stop the yeah. Any doubts until now? So I'm gonna share this use case in the WhatsApp. I just gave only 4 requirements. Anyways, it won't take less than like it won't take more than half an hour. Yeah. So I want everyone to create like do all these changes and after that create an update set and capture any update, anything like mandatory, read only, anything. Okay. Okay.
Yes, Kalki.
Anyone is having any doubts in today's session? If not, we'll wrap up the
Okay.
session. Fine. Okay then. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, Kalki. Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, Kalki.